Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to tell about the case, Ali Elmezayen, Heartless murderer. This case topped the list of worst insurance frauds not because of the money involved but due to the sheer vileness of the act. Ali Elmezayen is an individual who was involved in a highly publicized criminal case. In 2015, Elmezayen drove his car off a pier in the Los Angeles harbor, resulting in the deaths of his two autistic sons, 13-year-old El Hassan and 8-year-old Abdulkrim, who were trapped inside the vehicle and drowned. Elmezayen managed to escape the sinking car along with his then-wife, Rabab Diab. A Hawthorne man was sentenced today to 212 years in federal prison for intentionally driving his ex-wife and two disabled sons off a wharf at the port of Los Angeles into the ocean, drowning the boys who were trapped in the car to collect on accidental death insurance policies he had taken out on their lives. Ali F. Elmezayen, 45, was sentenced by United States District Judge John F. Walter, who, in imposing the maximum sentence allowed by law, noted Elmezayen's evil and diabolical scheme, as well as the vicious and callous nature of his crimes. He is the ultimate phony and a skillful liar, and is nothing more than a greedy and brutal killer, Judge Walter said. The only regret that the defendant has is that he got caught. Judge Walter also ordered Elmezayen to pay $261,751 in restitution to the insurance companies that he defrauded. During a 9-day trial in October 2019, a federal jury found Elmezayen guilty of 4 counts of mail fraud, 4 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of aggravated identity theft, and 5 counts of money laundering. Mr. Elmezayen conceived a cold-blooded plan to murder his autistic sons and their mother, then cash in on insurance policies, said acting United States Attorney Tracy L. Wilkison. He now has ample time to reflect, from the inside of a federal prison cell, on where his greed and self-interest took him. We continue to grieve for those 2 helpless boys who deserved better from their father, who will never again walk among us as a free man. Fathers are supposed to protect their children, but instead, Elmezayen drove his boys straight to their certain death. In exchange for cash, said Christy Johnson, the assistant director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles field office. The defendant maliciously planned the death of his autistic sons and gave them virtually no chance of survival. The investigation that led to today's sentencing won't give them their lives, but affords them justice in death. From July 2012 to March 2013, Elmezayen bought from 8 different insurance companies more than $3 million of life and accidental death insurance policies on himself and his family. Elmezayen paid premiums in excess of $6,000 per year for these policies, even though he reported income of less than $30,000 per year on his tax returns. Elmezayen began purchasing the insurance policies the same year he exited a Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceeding. After purchasing the policies, Elmezayen repeatedly called the insurance companies, sometimes pretending to be his ex-wife in whose name he had obtained some of the policies, to verify that the policies were active and that they would pay benefits if his ex-wife died in an accident. Elmezayen also called at least 2 of the insurance companies to confirm they would not investigate claims made 2 years after the policies were purchased. These telephone calls were recorded and were played for the jury. On April 9, 2015, 12 days after the 2-year contestability period on the last of his insurance policies expired, Elmezayen drove a car with his ex-wife and 2 youngest children off a wharf at the port of Los Angeles. The site of the crash was a loading dock and worksite for commercial fishermen. Elmezayen swam out the open driver's side window of the car. Elmezayen's ex-wife, who did not know how to swim, escaped the vehicle and survived when a nearby fisherman threw her a flotation device. 2 of the couple's 3 sons, who were 8 and 13 and who were both severely autistic, were strapped into the car and drowned. The couple's 3rd son was away at camp at the time and was not in the car at the time his father drove it into the water. Elmezayen then collected more than $260,000 in insurance proceeds from Mutual of Omaha Life Insurance and American General Life Insurance on the accidental death insurance policies he had taken out on the children's lives. He used part of the insurance proceeds to purchase real estate in Egypt as well as a boat. murdered his disabled children and attempted to murder his ex-wife for money, prosecutors wrote in their sentencing memorandum. After years of physically and emotionally abusing his ex-wife and neglecting the children, Elmezayen bought $3.4 million in insurance on their lives, waited for 2 years, so the insurance companies would not contest his claims, and then drove them into the ocean, leaving them to drown. That was Elmezayen's fraudulent scheme. It was also premeditated murder. In addition to posing as his ex-wife in communications with the insurance companies without her knowledge. Following the crash, Elmezayen repeatedly lied to law enforcement officers and insurance companies. He also lied in subsequent civil litigation he filed concerning the crash, about the extent of the insurance he had purchased on his family, and specifically about whether he had insured his disabled children's lives. He also attempted to persuade witnesses to lie to law enforcement and say he had given the insurance proceeds to charity. In 2019, Ali Elmezayen was arrested and charged with multiple counts, including mail and wire fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. He was accused of defrauding insurance companies by making false statements about his financial situation and using fraudulent identities to create additional policies. The case was prosecuted in federal court, and in early 2020, Elmezayen was found guilty on all charges. He was subsequently sentenced to 212 years in federal prison, emphasizing the severity and heartlessness of his actions. Subscribe to the channel for daily and new information related financial fraud with interesting facts case in history. Share the video as much as you can and like the video. Thank you for watching.